What's going on, YouTube? It's your favorite artist, the verbal Arteest, coming back to you with another reaction. This time it's Drake's Scary Hours EP. So Drake dropped a 2-song project called Scary Hours. The songs that are included are God's Plan, produced by Boy Wonder, Cardo, and Yex. Also included is Diplomatic Immunity, produced by Boy Wonder and Nick Brongers. So let's give it a listen.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Hope I got some friends that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, shit was different with me. God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't.
It give me the same vibe as like a Trippie Redd track, so I could see why he was supposed to be featured on this.
I hold back sometimes I won't. I feel good sometimes I don't. Might go down to G.O.D. I go hard on Southside G. And still.
Sound like he might be getting that J a little bit. You know, he might go down as G.O.D. God's Plan, pretty heavy. Yeah, man. Oh, that's hard.
Hey, she say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got a one that bring the crashers to the party. And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03. Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan.
Ooh, that's kind of hard, especially because it's popular to not even give producers credit and everything, and that's fucked up. I don't agree with the whole not paying your producers. You know, shout out to the producers. They all need to live, just like us.
Someone watching it close, yeah, close. Might go down as G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, hey, wait. It's a lot of bad things that they wishing and bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and
Yo, that shit infectious, that beat. I could really hear Trippie on this though. So next is Diplomatic Immunity. Let's give this a try. Whoa, I'm from Jersey, East Coast, up top, whatever you want to call it. This beat speaks to that sample already. Woo!
Diplomatic immunity, fuck 'em. All that peace and that unity, all that weak shit'll ruin me, fuck 'em. Cause niggas started talking to me like I'm slowing down. Opinions over statistics, of course. Gassed off journalistic, come at me and all you get is the ballistic report.
Oh my, Mr. Budden, cop out retirement.
I got multicolored rings like the Olympics, of course. At award shows, cutting through the tension, of course. Asking me what scent that is, boy. I be walking around the 6 like I invented it, boy. The one with the fewest lies and the truest ties. Like a job straight out of high school, there's no you and I taught you everything you know, now you got student pride.
Whoa.
Ulster Embassy, the studio, the chapel. I hate to travel. I knew it way back when Hollywood was international.
Oh.
Yeah. Word of the flags that belong in the hood of my Benz. Very presidential. I broke spirits that I never meant to. My body isn't much of a sacred temple. Promise shit is getting out of line like when you make a stencil. Violating the Treaty of Versailles. Champagne is the alias, but no cease and desist. And I refuse to comply with regulations.
That's hard. Champagne is the alias, but no cease and desist. And I mean, he been going off all track.
Like Sanders on the Detroit Lions. Get a run around and I bury it where they won't find you. Old license, they tell me don't worry, I got your money like Osiris. Dirty 30, working on me. Tired of women that may tag me in pictures, airing my dirty laundry. Catering calamari, rings, and tomato. I got the sauce and now shorties keep claiming Prego. Waking up at 6 p.m.
Yo, Drake's back, man. I was feeling this, like, this was lit. He said, do you love me? I told her only partly. That shit hard. Like, at 1 minute and 27 seconds, that's the turn up. And look, he obviously gave Joe Budden's a lot of jabs and a couple jabs at the Everyday Struggle crew. But let's unpack that. Joe Budden was chipping away at Drake's legacy via his hot takes, diss, right? And obviously Drake still feels a little salty about it. So let's break that down a little bit. Even though Drake took out Meek Mill for the Quentin Miller shit, he still never quite addressed those like 92 disses that Joe Budden threw his way like a couple years ago, right? And to some, this provides Aubrey with his one, possibly his only blemish on his rap sheet. I can see that not sitting right with him. So when you break that down and you go Art of War Drake, you go back to that infamous podcast that Joe Budden did.
These are my beliefs. So while the world can say Joe Budden has no right to speak on Drake because he's never done it, no, I've never done it because I wouldn't do it. We need a more equipped version, and since that man has told me out his mouth how much I have inspired and influenced him at some point in life, because he's one of them geniuses where I'm sure many people have inspired him. This is how energy works to me, and inspired me because Tupac said, who I love, I don't have to change the world. I just gotta inspire the mind that does. So, inspired me inspires Drake. Inspired Drake uninspires me. And uninspired Drake in turn inspires an uninspired me, which will inspire him. That's how I feel. Me.
That set Drake off. Then you got the Budden diss clip leak.
First shot, pump it up.
That leads to Budden dropping his first diss. He goes in for 3 weeks spitting out diss records. Then Drake finally releases the full record that contains the original Joe Budden diss clip. But you know, Joe's been waiting for the smoke, so he just lets off another round, and the next day he's right back at it. So Drake played it cool and stayed quiet while he was on his tour for a little while. Blemish. Now, Joe's legacy is important to him. Right before he dropped his first diss to Drake, remember when he tried to remind us all about that?
This probably is still one of my favorite records. All these years later.
So Drake, once the heat dies down a little, returns the blemish to Joe by bringing out Dipset. What's the definition of diplomatic community again? Yeah, I thought so. You know, the transition from 02 to 03 was real for Drake. He found an agent and then came across a way to take care of his sick moms with the wheelchair check. And since Joe Budden likes to point out how great he was during his time and make comparisons of their style or whatever, Drake decided, I'll let you know what was really the law of the land during your era. And while we at it, let's also have New York Giants safety Landon Collins share a clip of the new diplomatic immunity track on IG.
To me like I'm slowing down. Opinions over statistics, of course. Gassed off journalistic, come at me.
I mean, it just makes sense, you know. Another New York icon, since we want to reposition Joe Budden in the New York lexicon of legacies. Well, Verb, this is some 6 bottles to Charlemagne type shit. If he had the ammo, why the hell didn't he let that thing ring? Well, because it was all about timing. Joe Budden seemed to desperately have wanted that smoke with Drake at the time. And he even admitted in his interview that he was a little bit disappointed at what seemed to be a lack of response from Drake. Any major back and forth would have translated into views and streams for both of them. But this would have benefited Joe Budden more at the time. Budden more because he had the show and the podcast. Not to mention the 473 disses that was already available online towards Drake at the time. And they were just fresh on everybody's mind. Drake was still knee deep in his Apple deal. And remember his verse from Family Feud off of the Lil Wayne D6 mixtape? Yeah, I would save any smoke that I had for after the negotiations too if I were Drake. Plus the optics are just right for this. Drake came back from Diddy's. Joe just announced that all of this was squashed and everything was cool and peaceful. We seen a similar situation with the Meek Mill, Rick Ross and Drake situation, where Ross thought everything was all peaceful and squashed.
Actually sitting down with Drake. Yeah, we actually sat down. Shout out to Jay Prince. It was really just bosses having a conversation. Yeah, we wasn't even discussing anything negative.
But Drake confirmed that nah, he's still with the smoke.
You let a kid fighting ghosts, writing rumors turn into a ghost. Oh, you niggas got jokes. They got my mind in a free state. Niggas try to serve me up a cheesesteak. I gave him back a clean plate. All you did was write the book on garbage ass rollies. Ego stroking, picture posting. claiming that you do it for motivational purposes only, but you just had to show me.
I just think that we're headed for dark times, hence the title, Scary Hours. Well, it's your favorite artist, the Verbal Arteest, give you my reaction, my review. If you like it, you should do that. And please subscribe and hit that notification. I want to reach my goal of 1K subscribers before February 20th. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel about the EP? Which song was your favorite? How about them beats though? Verbal Arteest is all about the bars, so what bars was your favorite? What did you think about the shots that Drake took? All the shots. And I'll see y'all stankin' asses in the next video.